syllabus Ncert chapter mensuration. So in the introduction part of this mensuration chapter, they have mainly told about the perimeter and the area, about plane figures. They have explained about the perimeter and the area of the plane figures. And further in this chapter you are going to learn the surface area and the volume of solids such as cube, cuboid and area, cylinder. In the introduction part, the main terms that you need to notice or to remember is about the perimeter and area. What is the difference between the perimeter and the area of any plane figure? This you have already studied in 7th standard. So what they have tried to explain here is two main things, that is perimeter and area. Perimeter and area. What is perimeter? See, for example, when you consider any plane figure, say this is a rectangle A, B, C, D. This is a rectangle ABCD. The length of AB is say L and the length of BC is say B. So in a rectangle, the opposite sides are equal. AB is equal to CD, this distance. Since the opposite sides in a rectangle are equal, so I can write this CD also as L only, because AB and CD are equal. L I can write. Whereas BC, B, the length is B. So AD also is B. Now what is perimeter means? The distance that you are going to travel along the border of the rectangle ABCD. This distance that you are going to travel, A, B, C, D. A. Start at this point and the distance that you are traveling along this rectangle, like this, moving like this and again coming back to A. That is AB, the distance AB plus the distance BC plus the distance CD and the distance DA is called the perimeter of rectangle ABCD. If you are walking, say from point A, you walk along the length AB, then you walk along the length BC, you walk along the length CD, walk along the length DA, again coming back to the starting point. So that distance, total distance, is called the perimeter of the plane figure ABCD. Now what is the area of this rectangle? The region that is coming inside this plane figure rectangle ABCD, this region inside is called the area. The distance along the path of the rectangle is called perimeter, whereas the region that is enclosed by this rectangle is called the area. So what is perimeter? It is equal to L plus this distance is B plus this distance is L plus this distance is again B. That is 2 times L plus 2 times B, or 2 times L plus B, because 2 is common. So this is the perimeter of a rectangle. Now what is the area? Area. What is area of this rectangle? Area is equal to length into breadth, this region. So that is the basic concept that they want to explain to you in this chapter mensuration. So this is about the rectangle. Now what when we consider any other plane figures? Say for example, I'll show you by taking example of a say circle. So this is a circle. Now if I say what is the circumference or what is the perimeter of this circle, see I take a point, for example say L on this circle. If I start walking on this circle, along the path of this circle, like this, if I start walking, and when again I come back to this point L, so the distance that I travel along the path of the circle is called circumference, or perimeter also you can call it. You can call it perimeter also, or you can call it circumference also. Whereas the area or the region that is enclosed by this circle, the area or the region that is enclosed by this circle is called area. The path is called perimeter, whereas the region inside this is called area. So you have already learned in 7th standard what is the perimeter of a circle. It is 2 pi r, whereas the area, this region, is pi r square. You have already learned this. So that introduction part they have explained in this chapter, those two concepts, perimeter and area of triangles, rectangles, circles, which you have already studied. And now in this chapter in 8th standard you are going to find the perimeter and area of some different closed figures, that is not triangles and rectangles, but about polygons you are going to study, of polygons. So I'll tell you what is a polygon now. Polygon. What do you mean by the term poly? The term poly means many. Poly means many. So a plane figure which is having many sides is called polygon. For example, say here, see here, this is a figure or a plane figure which is having how many sides? A, B, B, C, C, A. It is having 3 sides. So you can call this as a polygon of 3 sides. So a triangle is also a polygon with 3 sides. Now see this picture. This is another picture. This is another picture. Say P, Q, R, S. It is having how many sides? 4 sides. If a figure is having 4 sides, it is called a quadrilateral. What do you call it? Quadrilateral. If a figure has 3 sides, it is called triangle. If it is having 4 sides, it is called quadrilateral. If it is having 5 sides, say one more side like this. Okay, A, B, C, D, E. How many sides it has? 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Then it is called a pentagon. Polygon means having many sides. If it is having 3 sides, it is called triangle. If it is having 4 sides, it is called quadrilateral. If it is having 5 sides, it is called pentagon. In the same way, if it is having 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it is having 6 sides, it is called hexagon. In the same way, 7 sides, septagon. 8 sides, octagon. 9 sides, nanogon. 10 sides, decagon. So all these are polygons. Even a triangle is a polygon. It is having only 3 sides. You can form a closed figure when you can have 3 sides. You can't have a polygon which is having two sides, say AB and C. One is AB, one is AC, having only two sides. You can't have a polygon with two sides. It becomes an open figure. It's not a closed figure, it becomes an open figure. So minimum you require three sides. So that is a triangle. Understood? What do you mean by a polygon? So in this chapter, in mensuration chapter, they have given an introduction about the perimeter, area and concept of polygons. That only they have told. Next I am going to explain this part with the help of these two problems. I'll solve these two problems in the next video. Thank you.